Thank you for tuning in to the News Radio 1510 WLIC. You listen to the Money Man Mike Show, where we talk all things real estate. Today in studio, we have Dean Germain with Waterstone Mortgage, as well as Brad Smith with Keller Williams Real Estate. Thank you for joining me, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And for any first-time listeners, tell them how long you've been in the business and how you actually got into the business.
Yeah. I've been in it about 10 years.
Great.
Got into it. I was out of college. I had taken a job and was in the quote-unquote rat race, corporate world. And me and a buddy of mine bought a house, flipped it,
Yeah.
made a little money.
Been there.
Did another one, made a little money. Said, wait a minute, I kind of like this. So,
Urge.
always kind of had that entrepreneurial spirit and that drive. And so I jumped out there, got my real estate license, and hadn't looked back.
Great.
You know, been through some highs and lows.
We all have.
But best decision I ever made.
And then again, for any first-time listeners, how long have you been in the business and what's your passion?
I've been in the business coming up on 15 years. And really, for me, it truly still is, after all this time, the excitement on people's face when they close on that house.
Right.
Making people homeowners. Obviously, I get paid to do it, but that's just a side benefit of it.
Right,
I really
right.
truly enjoy watching people, helping them through the process, holding their hand, explaining how it works. And I get somebody that I feel like I'm bothering you all the time. I'm like, no, that's what I'm here for.
Yeah,
it's not what you do
right.
day to day. And, when you're sitting at the closing table with them and they're signing the dotted line, it's an exciting experience every time.
Let's talk about the pre-approval process. What does that really mean? What does the client's expectations really need to be from the start?
Your first step, no matter what, unless you are paying cash for a property, then your first step needs to be your financing.
Correct.
If you are considering moving, doing whatever your move may be, the financing is the most important part. So you have to look and make sure that you are credit worthy and that there's a program available for you.
Absolutely.
There's so many different factors in today's market. So then in such a hot market where we are, when you are pre-approved and you go to Brad and you say, hey, Brad, I'm ready to buy a house now. Brad knows with utmost confidence that when he writes that contract, you are approved and ready to go for a loan.
Right.
Otherwise, it's just a bad experience for everybody. I get people who the sellers will not accept the contract unless they have a credit reference letter from the lender stating they are credit worthy because they've had 4 or 5 deals fall through already. Setting proper expectations, getting pre-approved, and being prepared on the front end, it makes the whole process so much smoother.
I like to tell my clients that that it's a great, another great reason to get pre-approved is that, if we go out and we start shopping and we don't know exactly, where you fall budget-wise,
right.
What kind of range we're working with, I may go show you a house and you fall in love with it.
Absolutely.
And then, Mike or Dean, you guys get on the phone with them and they don't qualify.
Mm-hmm.
And now we have, I've actually kind of done them a disservice by not helping them and making sure, they understand the importance of getting pre-approved on the front end, because now I've set them up for disappointment.
Right. And I mean, the expectations and doing somebody a disservice, on the front end is just huge with us. Because, we control the entire process from the mortgage side of making sure that, hey, you can actually realize your dreams of going out and buying this house, so that when Brad takes them out and actually finds that house, they fall in love with it, we can execute and make everything come to fruition. And that's why the pre-approval process is so important. And I know with Waterstone, we do a much more thorough pre-approval, which some clients, especially if they've been dealing with a different lender, they say, well, I didn't have to provide that. Well, then you weren't really pre-approved.